What's up, everyone, and welcome back. Today is December 10th of 2021. Many of us are waking up this morning to news that former NFL standout wide receiver Demaryius Thomas has passed away at the age of just 33 years old, found dead late last night. But news of this is circulating in the headlines today, this morning. Now, there's been a lot of discussion on social media about what caused this man's death. And the news is telling us that Demaryius died from complications suffered from a car accident that he was in 2019. However, a lot of people are, of course, speculating that perhaps Demaryius Thomas had a complication with the VA-XX that the government is expecting everybody to take. Of course, the truth is not quite so simple, so while people bicker about what caused his death, we're going to look deeper into the code of letters and numbers and synchronicity. Consider, for instance, that today's press release regarding Demaryius Thomas's death comes out of Englewood, Colorado. Well, just yesterday, the same day that Thomas died, in Inglewood, California, we had the shooting death of rapper Slim 400, who also died at the age of 33. So this is an immediate clue that there's something deeper going on with these news stories than just a simple jab gone wrong. Using the language of letters and numbers, called Gematria, or Gematria as it's often pronounced, this language provides clues into the reality of what's going on. And these ciphers are very simple. Just the alphabetic order, 1 through 26, we call that English ordinal, and the reduction or Pythagorean method down below, where each number is reduced to a single digit prior to adding it to the equation. In that reduction method, the name Demaryius Thomas sums to 65, and notice how news of his death broke 65 days before Super Bowl 56. Slim 400, this rapper who also got shot yesterday, his real name is Vincent Corin, I believe, which, notice how this also has this same value of 65. Now, to really understand the numerology behind this ritual, it's important to understand what launched Demaryius Thomas into the NFL spotlight. Back in early 2012, Thomas caught an 80-yard touchdown pass, the longest play in overtime in NFL postseason history, from a man named Tim Tebow, who was all the sensation at the time in the National Football League. Now, that game took place on the third anniversary of Tebow's national championship game, where he wore John 3:16 on his eye black. Of course, Tebow very publicly a Christian. But this 316 number seemed to permeate completely through this game, and even ESPN did their own numerology decode for you after this game finished. Because in that game, Tebow threw for 316 yards, averaging 31.6 yards per completion, an NFL record, of course. The Steelers held the ball for 31 minutes and 6 seconds, and even television ratings showed a 31.6 in that game. So sometimes numerology is so strong that I don't even need to do the post. The media will do it for you. Demaryius Thomas wore number 88. Notice how his name in Gematria also sums to 88. Demaryius Thomas was born on Christmas Day, December 25th, which is obviously a date connected to Jesus, whom Tim Tebow is very fond of. Thomas played for the Denver Broncos, which has matching gematria with ritual sacrifice. In fact, in my last video, I pointed out how Bob Dole, his death was connected to a city in Kansas. And Kansas City just played the Denver Broncos last week. Also consider how Jesus Christ, who is said to have been crucified at the age of 33, we'll get to that more in a minute. Notice how the word Mary is in the middle of his name, and of course, Jesus' mother was Mary. So Demaryius Thomas was born on Christmas, which is the day that most of us celebrate Jesus' birth. However, historians actually believe that September 11th, 3 BC, was the true birthday of Jesus. This would have fallen on the first day of Tishri on the Hebrew calendar, which is the Feast of Trumpets. And of course, we're familiar with September 11th in America. That's the date that the two towers were brought down in New York City. The two towers shaped like an 11. So back in 2012, when Demaryius Thomas caught Tim Tebow's pass, notice how that game fell 119 days after the anniversary of 9/11. And in a cipher called Satanic Gematria, which is centered around the number 666, a number significant to the Son and Jesus, the phrase ritual human sacrifice has this value of 9/11. And also consider how this wildcard game capped off the 2011 season. So you have the 2-1-1 there as well. But let's focus again on the 9/11. Demaryius Thomas played in the NFL from the year 10 to 19, which in numerology with the 0 dropped reflects a 119. The day before he died was exactly 9 years and 11 months after that wildcard game. This also comes out to 119 months. Demaryius Thomas was born in the city of Montrose, Georgia. Montrose sums to 119 in the alphabetic order. And if you measure between Tim Tebow's birth date and Demaryius Thomas's, you get a span of 19 weeks and 1 day. Today, when news of Thomas's death is breaking in the headlines, today is a span of 119 days after Tim Tebow's birthday. And in Gematria, the name Tim Tebow sums to an upside down 911. Furthermore, his full name sums to an upside down 101 and 106, which again represents 9/11. Just for the record, these large number ciphers that I'm looking at here are based in the standard alphabetic order, the English extended method on the right side. And then we also use Latin, also called Jewish Gematria, as seen on the left. And yes, chat, we did mention Slim 400 at the beginning of this video, a big piece of this puzzle. So in Jewish Gematria, when you write out the number 911, which is so relevant to this story, notice how we get a Jewish value of 1210. And of course, today's news breaking on December 10th, written 12/10. With the and included, 911 sums to 198, which syncs up very nicely with the name Demaryius Thomas, 198. Also look at how December 9th connects to the number 99, which is 9 times 11, and the Gematria of 911. The number 911 is what we call a prime number, divisible only by 1 and itself. 911 is the 156th prime number, and this is a very important piece as well. 156 is the ordinal gematria of the word 33 when spelled out. Of course, 33, the age that Thomas was when he passed away. Now, the news is telling us again that his death stems from complications from this car accident in 2019, and look how long it's been since that accident. 33 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Now, the number 33, also significant to the death of Jesus Christ, who is believed to have been crucified in the year 33 AD. Many people also believing that he died at the age of 33. This date, April 3rd, 33, was the date of a lunar eclipse. Notice how both lunar and eclipse have gematria of 33. In the alphabetic order, crucifixion of Jesus Christ sums to 303. So does Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, 303. And think about the number 303 as it relates to American dialing codes. Well, it just so happens that Denver, Colorado is home to the 303 area code, and Denver is where Thomas played the majority of his career. In the Latin reduction method, both Denver and Colorado sum to 33. By the way, this car accident that Thomas was allegedly in back in 2019, very suspicious. Of course, there's no footage of it or anything, but look at the name of the witness who was credited with all the details from TMZ. His name was Michael Tafoya. How strange is that, considering that the NFL has a sideline reporter named Michelle Tafoya? Very strange indeed. Now back to this Jesus code. The Catholic Church has a Society of Jesus, which is the Masonic branch of their organization. And notice how in the alphabetic order, Society of Jesus sums to 191. Also the 56, remember this was synced up to Super Bowl 56 in February. But 191 is also the value of Demaryius Thomas. Of course, this is a rearrangement of the digits 911. But also consider how 191 is another prime number. This would be the 43rd prime number. 43, the reduction value of the name Demaryius. Also, Jesus Christ, 43 in that same method. Today's news circulating on a date with numerology of 43. Now, 43 is another prime number, the 14th. When Demaryius Thomas caught his game winner from Tim Tebow, that was on a date with 14 and 41 numerology. That was January 8th of 2012, 41 and 14. Remember Jesus' initials, JC, sum to 14 and 41 in reverse ordinal. In fact, today even has primary numerology of 63, and you can see how this connects to the initials JC as well. So please check the links in the description below if you'd like to learn more about this eclipse crucifixion code that we see play out pretty much every day, at least every week in the mainstream media. So for anyone, again, who's doubting what I'm showing, please check the description below, as these numbers are the same numbers I've been showing in these decodes for years. It'll be 5 years this week, in fact, that I've been making these videos, so again, please check those out. All right, guys, peace, love, God bless. We'll talk to you next time. See ya.